Every day, Burger King sells more than 11 million burgers worldwide. From the classic Whopper to more explosive versions with double meat and melted cheese, they all have something in common. They're delicious, addictive, and they're everywhere. But have you ever wondered how they're actually made? Is it true that they are full of chemicals and additives that make us crave them nonstop? Well, today we'll travel to Ohio, USA, home to one of Burger King's largest production plants, where millions of ingredients are processed every hour, ready to be placed on thousands of burgers served across the country. So get ready, because today we're going to discover how one of the planet's most popular burgers is mass-produced. Let's begin. Step 1. The perfect bun. It all starts with one of the most iconic elements of a Burger King burger, its soft golden bun covered in sesame seeds. To create it, operators pour 6 key ingredients into huge industrial mixers: wheat flour, purified water, fresh yeast, sugar, salt, and vegetable oil. These machines knead the ingredients for minutes to create a smooth, elastic dough ready to be transformed into thousands of buns every hour. In fact, a single mixer can produce over 500 kilograms of dough per hour, enough for more than 10,000 buns per shift. When ready, the dough moves to an automatic divider that cuts it into identical portions and rounds them into small balls. Then they enter controlled fermentation chambers where, for 1 hour, the yeast works its magic and the dough rises under perfectly regulated temperature and humidity conditions. Afterward, the fermented portions advance to final molding lines, where precision machines give them their flat, rounded shape. At that moment, they receive a shower of sesame seeds, which stick to the surface and give them that characteristic crunchy touch. Finally, the buns travel through a huge industrial oven at over 200 degrees Celsius until they come out perfectly golden, fluffy on the inside, and with a light crust on the outside. Once cooled, they are packaged, sealed, and stacked in boxes ready to be loaded onto refrigerated trucks. In less than 24 hours, the bun travels from the plant to each restaurant, ready to become the first bite of your burger. Step 2. The flame-grilled meat. If the bun is the base, the meat is the soul of every Burger King burger. It all starts with tons of 100% beef, sourced from certified suppliers who work exclusively for the chain. On their farms, each animal is raised under strict veterinary controls and fed according to specific regulations to ensure tender, juicy, and safe meat. Upon arrival at the plant, each batch undergoes rigorous laboratory analysis. There is no room for error here. A single mistake could compromise customer health and damage the entire brand's image. Once approved, the meat enters refrigerated rooms where enormous automatic blades butcher it in seconds. Then, the selected pieces go to industrial grinders that turn them into fine, uniform ground meat. This meat is mixed in large tanks with salt and natural seasonings, without preservatives or additives, just meat, salt, and spices. And here comes the key question. Is it true that the meat is full of additives and chemicals? The answer is no. Burger King uses exclusively 100% beef with no artificial preservatives or fillers. So you can rest assured, what actually makes it so flavorful isn't some secret formula, but its naturally high combination of fat and salt, which enhances the flavor and stimulates the appetite in an almost addictive way. The meat mixture goes to automatic presses that mold the patties to an exact size, weight, and thickness. Each press produces more than 5,000 units per hour. That's equivalent to over 120,000 burgers a day, a true industrial frenzy. Afterward, the raw patties are instantly frozen at -40 degrees Celsius. This process preserves the juices and prevents the growth of bacteria, maintaining flavor and texture. In a few hours, these burgers will be traveling in refrigerated trucks to thousands of Burger King restaurants, where the magic of the grill will give them their unmistakable taste. Step 3. Melted cheese. A Burger King burger wouldn't be the same without that melted slice of cheddar cheese that melts over the hot meat and enhances every bite. It all begins with the arrival of gigantic blocks of cheddar cheese at the processing plant. This isn't just any cheese. It comes from certified dairy producers who work exclusively for the chain, using high-quality milk without artificial additives. The blocks are stored in refrigerated chambers until it's time to slice them. There, they move to automated slicing lines, where stainless steel blades turn them into thousands of thin slices, identical in weight, size, and thickness. After slicing, a machine stacks each slice with millimeter precision, while optical sensors scan them one by one to detect imperfections, uneven edges, or shape defects. Afterward, the cheese is wrapped in vacuum-sealed packages to preserve its freshness, moisture, and elasticity. Finally, the packages are labeled with the date, batch, and destination, and organized in cold storage rooms ready to be shipped to every Burger King restaurant. The result? A cheese that doesn't just melt. It melts at just the right moment and enhances the flavor of the meat like no other. Step 4. The vegetables. A good burger also needs that fresh touch to balance the intensity of the meat and provide its characteristic crunch. That's where the vegetables come in. Every day, tons of lettuce, tomatoes, onions, and pickles arrive at Burger King's processing plants directly from selected agricultural fields. In the case of lettuce, they don't use just any variety. Burger King works exclusively with iceberg lettuce, famous for its crispy texture, bright green color, and ability to stay fresh even when it comes into contact with hot ingredients. When the vegetables arrive at the plant, the action begins. First, they pass through washing tunnels with high-pressure water jets that remove dirt, impurities, and any residue without damaging their natural texture. Next, they advance to the cutting lines, where high-precision blades, along with skilled operators, slice the tomatoes into perfect rounds, chop the onions into soft and uniform strips, and separate the lettuce leaf by leaf, keeping only the freshest, most consistent parts. Each cut vegetable goes through a strict visual and automated inspection to ensure it meets all of the chain's standards: size, thickness, color, and freshness. Once approved, the vegetables are grouped by type, packaged in a controlled atmosphere, and vacuum-sealed in refrigerated trays ready to be shipped and placed on millions of burgers worldwide. Step 5. Sauces and dressings. The final touch of every Burger King burger isn't in the bun, the meat, or even the cheese. It's in the sauces. Ketchup, mayonnaise, barbecue sauce, and other intense, sweet, or spicy flavors turn a regular burger into a true explosion of flavor. It all begins in gigantic mixing tanks located in specialized dressing plants. Here, each type of sauce is produced separately, following exclusive formulas developed by Burger King. Each ingredient is automatically measured and mixed in stainless steel tanks with high-speed agitators, ensuring a perfect emulsion and a smooth texture. Once ready, the sauce passes through industrial filters that remove any lumps or impurities, leaving a smooth, uniform, and ready-to-use product. But not all sauces are prepared the same way. The barbecue sauce, for example, is cooked slowly in industrial ovens, caramelizing the natural sugars to achieve that characteristic smoky, deep flavor. Meanwhile, ketchup is made with selected tomatoes, sugar, vinegar, and spices, which are mixed and pasteurized at high temperatures to ensure preservation without losing intensity. Once finished, all sauces are packaged in airtight bags or industrial bottles and labeled with their batch and production date. They are then stored in refrigerated chambers and distributed directly to the restaurants, where they'll be ready for action during the final assembly. Step 6. Logistics and distribution. Every day, millions of burgers are made at Burger King, and none would be possible without a logistical network that operates with surgical precision. It all starts in gigantic distribution centers, where the buns, meat, cheese, vegetables, and sauces are meticulously organized, scanned, and loaded onto refrigerated trucks. Before dawn, these vehicles travel hundreds of kilometers with a clear mission: to ensure that each restaurant receives its ingredients just in time and in impeccable condition. There is no room for error here. The bread must arrive less than 24 hours after it was baked. The meat cannot thaw even a single degree, and each tray of vegetables must maintain its freshness. Upon arrival, everything is unloaded and stored in cold rooms, under automated temperature controls, batch codes, and full traceability. Thanks to this logistical machinery, each store operates like a miniature factory, ready to serve thousands of burgers a day. And now that everything is in place, it's time to see the most anticipated step of all. Step 7. The final assembly. With all the ingredients ready and stored in the restaurant kitchen, the key moment arrives: assembling the burger. Every time you place your order, the process is activated like a perfectly synchronized chain. The bun is taken out of its packaging and toasted for a few seconds on a hot griddle, making the bottom crispy on the outside but soft on the inside. Meanwhile, the frozen meat goes directly onto the open flame grill, one of Burger King's trademarks. There, the extreme heat sears the surface, locking in the juices and creating that unmistakable smoky flavor. Just before it comes off the grill, a slice of cheddar cheese is placed on the patty and begins to melt instantly. Then comes the assembly. The patty with the melted cheese is placed on the bottom bun, and the vegetables are added in a precise order: crisp lettuce, fresh tomato, onion, pickles, and finally, the sauces. Everything is topped with the bun's crown, still warm and gleaming from the freshly toasted sesame seeds. In less than a minute, you have a freshly made burger in front of you, ready to be served at the counter, handed out at the drive-thru window, or put in a bag for delivery to your home. A single restaurant can serve more than 1,000 burgers a day. And while the process is meticulously controlled, we shouldn't forget one important detail. We're talking about ultra-processed food with high levels of salt, fat, and calories. Delicious, yes, but it should be consumed in moderation. To finish, tell us, did you imagine this whole process? What's your favorite Burger King meal? Leave us your answer in the comments. And if you like this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss the next factory tour.